Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You don't have to be a genius to realize that if you don't hear about something, it doesn't exist necessarily, you know what I mean? That is, if you don't see a criminal, there's no criminals out there. So some people might choose to live in denial, and find and create all kind of ways of ignoring reality and to say that's not so, but that would only get them to a certain kind of destruction, because they will not be prepared when things will hit them in the head or they come near their little homes. What am I talking about here? Specifically, I'm talking about the BRICS, right? The BRICS opens its door to about 17 more members. Now, you can say there's nothing, like a lot of people would say, and some people would say, well, maybe we should be looking into, because you go 7 plus about 5, 17 plus about 5, we get about 22. And then you look into NATO, you got what, about 30 or something. You look into the European Union, again, you got to about some 30 some, isn't that? So then you think, maybe this is an alternative to something else. It's not close to your home yet, but they're there in the woods. They're getting together. So I think it's very concerning for multiple reasons. These guys, if they join BRICS, that tells you they're not with those guys. Most likely, and that's the key word, most likely. The other thing, these guys in BRICS, they would like to have their own currency and try to do business among one another using their own currencies, and in the end create their own common currency. That means the dollar will lose its status as the global reserve currency somehow, but it needs to show stability, all these BRICS, otherwise nobody would join it or use their currency. Now BRICS, as you know, it's an organization started by Brazil, India, China, Russia. That's why it's BRICS. And S, South Africa. It was BRIC and now it's South Africa. This is an economic organization, supposedly, of the developing economies in the world. Now they have the numbers as a population, and they will have and increase their economy as a big chunk of the global economy. So there are a lot of threats, because from this economic cooperation, let's call it this way, plus the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, that would create the base, the foundation for something else like NATO, but called differently. So let's see what this article has to say about this development, that some people will probably choose to downplay and so on, like they downplayed the relationship between China and Russia. And now they say, hey, what's going on here? They're together. Yeah, they've been forging this togetherness since you were busy elsewhere, kicking small countries in the teeth and now expanding your hegemony. And I would say, wait a minute, we got two sharks here. Anyway, Bloomberg, BRICS draws membership bids from 19 nations before summit. My bad, 19, not 17. So that would make, what, 24 at least? So that's a big chunk of countries. So 19 countries expressed an interest in joining the BRICS groups of nations as it prepares to hold an annual summit in South Africa. So the emerging markets bloc of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa will meet in Cape Town on June 2 to 3 to discuss its enlargement. Anil Soklal, South Africa's ambassador to the group, said in an interview in the city on Monday. And I'm quoting, "What will be discussed is the expansion of BRICS and the modalities of how this will happen," end quote, he said. And I'm quoting again, 13 countries have formally asked to join and another 6 have asked informally. We are getting applications to join every day. That's a little, how should I put it, run to the bank from one side to another, like a little bit of escaping the plantation. China initiated the conversation about expansion when it was BRICS chair last year. As the world's second biggest economy, it tries to build diplomatic clout to counter the dominance of developed countries in the United Nations. The proposed enlargement triggered concern about, among other members, that their influence will be diluted, especially if Beijing's close allies are admitted. China's gross domestic product is more than twice the size of all 4 other BRICS members combined. The foreign ministers from the 5 member states have all confirmed they'll attend the discussions in June, so Klal said. In addition to its membership, they will also discuss, and I'm quoting, hot spots, including Sudan, where a ceasefire appeared to take hold on Tuesday after 10 days of conflict. No, that's not going to happen. You got biggest interests over there, and I think they were sparked by Sudan's allowing Russia to have a port on the Red Sea right there. So I don't think a military port, I might add. And I think some people across the Atlantic or Pacific, depending on which direction you take, did not like that one. Since its formation as the BRICS in 2006, the group has only added 1 new member, South Africa in 2010. Saudi Arabia and Iran are among the countries who formally asked to join. Formally. Now that's important. And if you have, how do you call it, Turkey as well, that's, so Klaus said in February. Other countries that have expressed interest in joining include Argentina, the United Arab Emirates, Algeria, Egypt, Bahrain and Indonesia, along with 2 nations from East Africa and 1 from West Africa, which he didn't identify. So, is there a reason for concern for the big guy? I think it is, because each and every plantation slave runs away from every plantation. It's a loss of property. That's how they looked at it. So in this case, each and every country that runs away from your influence is going to go to a different guy's influence. Therefore, that's not good, because that packs. Remember, this country has about 193 countries, this planet, so 194, sometimes 193, depends who bombs whom and who says that you are not a country, yes I am a country, and so on. So 193, you got here possibly about 24, and it's growing, and it's been growing as a wave. It's not, you heard from 2006, only 1 country was admitted. And now all of a sudden they're talking about possibly 19 countries interested, some of them formally wanting to join in. So that's not good for this guy. It doesn't mean that next year is going to be another 19 or something, but it very well might be. I don't know yet, but as I said, each and every dollar that leaves your purse goes in someone else's purse in this case, and you don't want that, because the other guy is going to get stronger financially, militarily, politically, geopolitically, and all that. And yes, that's a big concern, especially with the dollar. If the dollar loses some of its dominance, because the Americans will still have dominance about they have this on their, let's say, about 50 countries on this planet are vassals 100% to the United States of America. They will continue, otherwise they will be slapped around. They fight for the center, which is countries like these guys in between. Pak. The problem is Saudi Arabia jumped on BRICS when Saudi Arabia was under US's this. So that's a big change. And Saudi Arabia has a lot of oil. So while we will heat our houses with wind energy and solar energy, those guys will still use fossil fuels. So they will be warm. We will be using sheep hives on us, okay? And we will be happy. We will not own anything, but we will be happy. Remember, Mr. Schwab? Yeah. All right, good job. So we shoot ourselves in the foot, and I think the freedom and democracy, the countries that have this are going to lose that little by little. Or at least it will be diluting these values to such a degree that's going to be a mockery, where we still going to say, like right now, yeah, we have freedom, yeah, we have democracy. And if you look at it in reality, yes, you have freedom, yes, you have democracy. You had freedom, you had democracy. And the democracy that I think it was designed was not really designed for people who don't know what they are talking about, you know what I mean? But anyway, they are citizens, therefore they can vote. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.